Break down this method that some men use, and it's typically known as the 3-month rule. And before we get into it, I can speak on it because unfortunately, yes, I have done it. I know I was a shitty ass human being for doing it. It's super manipulative, but this shit is foolproof. This shit worked. And I'm taking full accountability for it. I don't live that life anymore. And if you can't change something, embrace it. So I'm gonna embrace it by giving y'all the game so y'all can peep up on it. So from the first time y'all make contact, this man is giving you boom, 100%. He'll text you first and he's consistent with it. The compliments, endless. This man is in love with you. He think you're the most beautiful person on the planet. He's always available. You can random FaceTime him and he's always picking up the phone. He tells you when he's going somewhere. He might even give you his location. Oh, he might even send you some money on. And this isn't just 1, 2, 3. No, he's consistent with it. That's the key, is consistency. That's what women fall in love with, consistency. And he'll fight through the phases you trying to play hard to get. Maybe you got certain boundaries from past relationships. He gonna respect them all. He might not even try to fuck. And now you think you done got the one. You think you done got the love of your life. You so proud of yourself. Oh, I stood on business. I never settled and I finally got him. No, baby. Nah, this just a start. So now that he knows that he got you, boom, he dropping to 95%. But you don't notice because that 5%, it's not too much of a difference from what he was doing. And then boom, he drops it to 90%. And some women notice it, majority of women don't. Most of the time, the delusion that you got from him putting in 100% is still in there. So y'all not really finna peep. And then boom, he drops it to 80. And you notice this one, but you're not ready to say nothing yet. You assume that you just overthinking. You don't want to self-sabotage a good relationship that you don't feel. So boom, now he drops it to 75. And you speak on this one. You reach out to him and you like, hey, what's going on? You seem a little distant. Is everything cool? You just seem a little off. This shit is so devious. Now the man's response would typically be, I'm just dealing with a lot. When I'm going through stuff, I just like to isolate. When my energy low, I just like to distance myself so it don't rub off on you. Okay, so boom, he knows you peep the shift, so he bumps it back up to 75. And you're grateful. You happy about this 5%. You like, oh, he's putting back in effort. I knew he cared about me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just feeding the delusion. But to, oh boy, 5% is nothing. From 70 to 75, that's what, a couple FaceTime calls today. He gonna keep chopping. It's gonna keep getting lower. You probably at 65, 60, 55% by now. You say something again, and get what he do? Bump it back up 5 more percent. And you still grateful because you communicated something and he changed. But it's 5%, shawty. That's nothing. And he just gonna keep chopping it. At this point, you at like 20%. But you so desperate to get back to that 100% that you thought were real. You like, please give me anything. And get what he do? He give you another 5%. And you still happy. Like, do y'all catch what's going on? The whole point of it is like this manipulative push and pull method. Like, give you a little bit, take a little bit more. But every time he's taking more and more away. He could give you, he could be at nothing, 0%. And you will be happy with that 5%. And I'm gonna give y'all an example just so I can peep how small 5% is. It's that random text you get. Hey, shawty, just thinking about you. Hope your day going well. How your mama doing? It could be a random swipe up on the story. You know what I'm saying? Some hard eyes. Some, hey, you look gorgeous right here. Woot, woot, woot. Take this shit down. Woot, 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 woot. Like, the game has always been the game. And the only way to beat this is to believe him when he shows you who he is. A man that cares about you, he's not going a day without talking to you. There's no way that he's finna cut communication because he going through something. He gonna want you a part of that. But y'all know the drill, man. Like, comment, follow. Tell me what else y'all want to know.
Killer, Killer. Shout out to Jordan for that topic. That's actually a good one.
Yes.
Shout out to Killer Swag said, "Do you agree, Mister Wonderful?"
Are
Bro,
you?
I was dying.
Yeah, I
I
was.
was dying. My cheek, no, I was laughing so hard. My cheek. But he was giving a good game. But go ahead, King. You
No,
go first.
I agree with him 100%. But he is correct. But here was he messed up at. He didn't give the reason why the guy did that.
That where I was gonna go. I was gonna go there because the
Yeah.
guy didn't actually the guy never stated what the because let's say the woman stopped texting back. I'm not gonna keep texting you. You're not texting me or calling you. You're not calling me back. I'm gonna give you what you're giving me. You give me 100%. I'm gonna give you 100%. But this is not my take. This is yours. Go.
So, ladies, he gave perfect game. I'm even ashamed to say that he was verbatimly to everything he said. He actually gave the percentages on what we do, and men actually keep score on a little notepad in the room. It's on that bottom shelf. But he didn't say why we do that. if you're not giving out, this is why we do that. When you're not having sex with us, if we don't get the draws as quick, if we don't get the draws, we start to diminish the level of input that we do that. That's just one thing. Or when we start notice that you're not the woman we thought you were. Coming into, depending on after the first or second date, or maybe let's say we work a lot and we see each other, we here and there, or maybe if I spent the night, I tapped that ass and the sack wasn't 100%, then I'm like, that's why it happens. Go ahead, brother.
No, not. But Hakeem, I don't want to fall too much on the sex part because women always say man always focus on the sex. I'm gonna just keep it 100.
Yeah.
You know me. Now we gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, I text you. You text me, I text you back quick. You want to take your time because this happens to a lot of men. You want to take your time. You want to text back an hour or two. Don't get me wrong. You may be busy. Fair enough. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna be quick to text you back. So I'm putting down that what you mean when you putting down the percentages. So the man gonna go down. You gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna be quick to respond. I'm gonna take my time and not be too quick to respond to you and be like, okay, I'm gonna text you when I go on break or I'm gonna text you on my way home. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Now and then the women tend to get upset. She's gonna be like, oh, I'm used to you texting me right away. No, baby. And when I'm texting you, you're not texting me right away. I'm gonna do the same thing. King dog, it is facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna focus too much on the sex part. Because sex don't mean to me. I told people sex don't mean anything to me. Because anybody can have sex. Hell, sex.
No,
You can give sex. To me, it's the mental part. Go ahead, King.
I agree with you. But I'm talking about the certain sector of men who meet women and the women flat out say, hey, I'm not having sex right now. Or they're saying that, hey, we got to get to know each other. A man would go hard enough until he crossed that threshold of sex. When he's seen that it's taking longer than what it's supposed to, this is just one aspect of it. Unless he's not really caring about the sex, then he's going to what you do, what it is. The same energy you give him, he's going to give you. But I'm saying for guys who are headhunters, who out here slaughtering calves and veals, everything is off the energy is everything off the rip, 100%.
Off the rip.
Everything is off the rip. You're 100%. But I'm saying for the guys who mainly out here for sex and they're not letting their intentions be known, he's going to give you 100% until after the second week he noticed that, man, she ain't fucking nothing. Or she not topping down. You know what I mean? And this is a lot of guys who well-to-do. They start to notice this. Then they start dropping off, and they say, man, I'm just going through some things. When she sees that you're the type of guy that she knows that you potentially could be her husband, then she's going to try to amp up and give up what it is.
Joe Mahone, ask you a question.
You say, can I ask you, brothers, when your woman ain't giving that same energy, do you withhold sex as well? 100%.
Yes. Oh, of course.
100%, Joe, don't hurt him.
Yes.
If you
I told girls no before. Yeah.
If you acting funny, we not doing nothing. I say, man, I'm not coming over tonight. Oh, you not coming over? Nah, you acting stank. What's the need to do?
Or I'm gonna tell you I'm asleep. You get what I'm saying?
Basically, we're not desperate like that.
But shout out to the women that are very they match energy to match energy. Those type of women I'm not talking about. I'm talking about those women that actually knows they have someone good and the person is reaching out to them and they choose not to respond because they don't want to respond because like, oh, I'm gonna play hard to get. That hard to get stuff is straight trash. Go ahead.
Listen, it's not gonna work. Natasha, I love that you said it. Natasha, you too smart for your own good. Longer than what it's supposed to be. Is there a universal set schedule? There is. Listen, I don't want to bring him. God bless the dead. Kevin Samuel say, what are you waiting for? Kevin used to always say that, what are you waiting for? He said, get that out the way. You know 90% of men are out here looking for sex, even the good ones. Even the good ones who are willing to be your husband, they still want to tap that ass. The question is, does he have good morals and does he do right by you? Sometimes a man who wants sex, it doesn't mean he's just going to F you and leave you. He still wants sex just as well as the savage. But this is what happened, going back to what the 3-month rule is. Some men will give you 3 months, but you don't know he's smashing other chicks. He's trying to see wherever he might see something in you and that. But yeah, there is a schedule. And then when you start playing games, especially after a certain age, it doesn't seem logical to certain people.
Now I'm saying you like 40 years old and you still playing games. That don't make, bruh. That's the point. That's what people don't understand. Like you 40,
You
50,
40.
still playing games.
It's the same way you females saying you 40 and you don't want to spend money on a date on us. That's the same way a man feel. You over 40 and you want to wait 3 months to have sex.
To me, sex. I tell people, sex is not a big thing. You know,
It's not a big thing, but here's the thing: it's weaponized. It's weaponized, just like men weaponize money. Women know that if you want to get the most out of a man, if he's a thirsty guy and he's not getting sex like that, you can get him to a line. We know that. Most guys who stick around ain't getting sex like that. A guy who has a roster and he's squeezing between thighs, he's ramaging cervixes. He doesn't have to stay around.
but some guys don't. Again, some guys don't want sex. Some guys really want to be in the presence of a woman.
I believe no, bro. I believe you. I'm one of them as well. Sex is not.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's not
You know what I mean? I want to go walk for the park and sip tea. And
Shout
sip
out to
some
the tea.
Shout out to tea and sip some Earl Grey, and we can read a book together and have some fun. And maybe later on I'll tap that ass. You know what I mean? Because the ass got to get tapped. You know what I mean?
So that mean you want?
The ass got to get tapped. Like, listen, I'm not there. I'm just saying we should be past certain things. Let's go to a pottery class. Let's go to candle making. But after the candle making and the pottery class, I had to be making candles inside.
But don't get me wrong. But don't get me wrong. I know there are manipulative men, but there's some men that are not being manipulative.
Yeah.
They're really going for energy. Those are the men I'm talking about.
Okay,
those are the men I'm referring to. That man literally, they really like this girl. They call, check up on her, but then she not doing the same energy back. And it's like, okay, the man gonna pull back because the man say, I'm giving out too much energy. I'm giving out too much time, and I feel like you're not. That was the first thing a man say. I don't think she's feeling me, dog. Like he go to his homeboy, like, yo, I don't think she's feeling me. And his homeboy gonna tell him, bro, get somebody else. That's what he gonna do.
Hey, I say that all the time, but Jordan heard him. You slapped me with this because it's true. He said the sad part is women knows what makes us happy, but choose to battle.